All right, y'all. Welcome back to Thrive with JTB, where we practice and model mental health through therapy. It's been a minute since I came at y'all with this segment, but a lot has been happening. A lot of life has been happening. But I'm back now, different, but I'm here. And I got my boy with me today. Introduce yourself.
What's up, y'all? My name is Michael. I am actually in school to be a therapist. So, here to vibe out with my boy and talk about some real life shit and show y'all what this looks like.
Yeah, I first realized I can't remember exactly what situation led me to isolate myself, but when I finally truly isolated myself and chose to maximize the benefits of isolating myself, I really tapped into inner peace, and I really got a taste of what true peace feels like. And whenever I experienced that, that's when I realized that I've never had it before. And I've never had it because I would always try to be so strong, and I would always try to hide everything and mask everything as if everything is good. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I realized that was costing me my peace, and the way peace felt, I was like, nah, I want to stay here. I want to thrive in this. So yeah, I stopped trying to act like I got it all together.
Yeah. I too learned to isolate. And it happened, I would say it happened honestly at like multiple points through my life. Like sometimes it was due to like relationship issues. Sometimes it was due to family issues, which I guess is still a relationship, just a different kind. Right. But yeah, like I realize now that I am hyper independent. So there's codependent, there's just independent, and then there's hyper independence, where it's like it kind of becomes toxic in a sense, where you are where you isolate yourself so much that you don't know when to ask for help. So that's the opposite end of the spectrum. And I've been in situations where it's like, damn, I actually got to ask for help on this. I can't just Michael my way through this. As much as I like to, I like to figure shit out by myself, man. But we need people, right? And when you need people, you need to say that, because people can't read your mind. Right. Now, if you ask for help and no one's willing to give it, that's something completely different. Right. That reinforces the hyper independence, because I'm gonna figure it out. Yeah. Eventually.
Do you think that came from do you think figuring it out or learn or wanting to do everything for yourself, do you think that was something that was just naturally innate in you when you were from the womb growing up in your personality trait, or was that something that cultural scripts have placed on masculinity?
I think cultural scripts for sure. Part of it is just speaking from the family aspect, right? I had a family that, because of my sexuality, didn't really embrace me early on. It wasn't until I moved out the house and started really doing my own shit that I felt like my family, I got their support finally. But by that point, it was I'm already, I'm already out here doing this shit. So, part of it, I would say, is kind of I learned to be strong through what it was taught to me. Right. What being strong looked like not really letting emotions get the best of you and all that stuff. Although I, of course, unlearned that later on. Right. But then the other part of it was being forced into situations where it's I have to fend for myself. Right. And learning how to do it and realizing I can do it. So
do you remember because for me, there was a specific time where I could I forgot about it until backtracking in therapy. And I realized that there was a specific point where I began to hide how I felt, how I truly felt, and truly just started hiding who I really was as a person. And that was when I was a real little boy. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know anything about sexuality at the time. I knew that I favored boys more than girls, but I didn't know anything about sexual.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like intentions or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I never paid any real attention to it. So I thought that it was normal. It was me, you know? And, yeah, I remember one of my uncles telling my mom that I was going to be a punk, a faggot. You know what I'm saying? I was going to be gay.
Yeah.
Shit like that. And at that time, I didn't even know what that was. But by my mom's response, I knew that it wasn't something that she wanted in a son, or I knew that it was something that she disliked strongly.
Yeah.
Because of how she responded, which was in a way of, you know, very protective and very defensive. Like, oh, my son is not going to be that. He's not. I'm like, oh, shit. Okay. So let me start hiding things. Let me start hiding how I feel about certain things. Let me start diminishing myself. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever I thought was going to lead to being a punk or being gay.
Yeah.
You know, so that's when I started. And it just kind of spilled over into every part of my life. Yeah. Yeah. So I became really good at filtering what I wanted people to see. I became really good at it to the point to where I lied about everything.
Damn.
Like everything, like not to the point to where a lie is a lie. Let me just start with that. But it wasn't to the point where I was just like blatantly telling people lies, but I would withhold certain parts of the truth, because if I gave you all of that, you was going to see me a certain way. And I ain't like that. I had to be in control. So
that's really what it's about.
I had to be in control.
That's really what it comes down to.
I had to, man. It was hard learning that. It was hard even accepting that was the truth, that I was a liar. And because, you know, I used to get offended by that. Like, I'm a liar. I never lied the whole time. You was a lie. Like, you were a lie. Your whole life was a lie.
That's crazy to say to yourself. I mean, the context is important, though, for sure. Right. I get exactly what you're saying.
Yeah. So do you remember with a specific time where you started?
Yeah. A couple. Yes. So it was one time, me and my brother, like my brother was really good friends with this dude that lived in our apartments, and he had a little sister who actually, I had a crush on her. So I didn't understand what the big deal was, but my brother and his friend, we stayed the night at the house. Yeah. They were playing a game or something, and I was bored, so I started playing with the little sister's dolls.
Gotcha, yeah.
I did not have a problem. Like, everything was cool until they started laughing at me. I'm like, what the fuck are y'all laughing at? Like, y'all supposed to be playing the game. Why are y'all into what I'm doing? Right, little sister wasn't around, so I couldn't really talk to her. But yeah, I remember it was a Barbie doll. She had like a Volkswagen Beetle. And
not the specifics.
Yes, I remember that car. But so at some point his mom, the friend's mom walks in and saw me playing, and she saw them laughing at me. She was like, let him play. But she told my mom, or I don't remember if it was her told my mom or my brother, or maybe they both did. Yeah. But my mom got on my ass that day. And I was like, what's the problem? They're toys. Like, exactly. They're toys. And I'm a kid.
A purely innocent place.
Yeah. So I was just having fun. But they're telling me because they're girls' toys that I wasn't supposed to play with them. I'm like, what does it matter? Like, I still have the crush on the girl. I didn't know about sexuality at that time.
Right.
But boys were nowhere in my line of vision. So, actually, I had a girlfriend in those apartments. I kissed her.
Yeah, so you was a little straight kid.
Yeah, she showed me her pussy. She showed me and a bunch of boys. This is actually crazy.
She showed me a what?
She did. She showed us in the stairwell. And I was like, that's what it looks like. Like, wow.
How did that transaction go? Like, did she just willingly just decide to pour her pants down?
So we used to always go up to the fourth floor because it was supposedly haunted. And so it was all part of, we were being daring kids that day. And we were up in the stairwell up to the fourth floor, which is actually the roof, but we couldn't open the doors to the roof. It was just kind of but she was up there. I don't remember what prompted her to do it, because it was her and three boys.
Right.
And I guess somebody dared her to show her pussy, and she did. But she was my girlfriend after that happened.
Yeah.
So like, yeah. But yeah, I had girlfriends and stuff like that.
Up until when?
Up until I was what? My last girlfriend, I was 16.
16.
Yeah. So yeah, so I didn't understand what the problem was with that, but that's one thing. And then the other thing, around middle, I was 14 when I had a girlfriend last. That's what it was, 14 or 15.
So you weren't sexually active with girls?
No.
Not good, but I was like excited that you weren't having sex at 14.
Yeah, no.
Such a young age, but a lot of people
were. My brother definitely was. Yeah. But I was 14 or 15 at some point. My dad had came to get me for the weekend, which he barely ever did. Uh-huh. So the times that he did come, that meant a lot to me.
Right.
But it was one day we were about to ride back to his house after he had picked me up, and we stopped at a gas station and we saw somebody walking across the street that I guess he had a little twist in his walk. Mm-hmm. And I heard my dad say something about a faggot or something like that. Yeah. And once I heard it, even though like I wasn't sure that could have applied to me at that time, right. Hearing it was just like, oh, you don't fuck with that. So, which I should have known just based on my dad and his upbringing and all that stuff. Right. But hearing it was a different kind of confirmation. Mm-hmm. And so I learned at that point, like, oh, this has to be kept away, even though he later found out, and we didn't talk for years after that. But again, it wasn't until I moved to Dallas that I started getting people reaching out, telling me they're proud of me and shit like that. I'm like, oh, don't come over here now. Now that I got my shit going.
Exactly.
But yeah.
So I wonder where that comes from. Like, cause I had the same thing happen with a lot of people who I would think would be against it because they were so close to same religious upbringing that I had, same church, same community, same family, same everything, But yeah, I guess it's refreshing for people to see you like go against the grain and to like, they realize how much courage it takes to actually, to actually step out there, just like forget what everybody says, forget what the world says, forget what society says, forget all of that. We're willing to forsake family, friends, you know what I'm saying? Like relationships and everything just for you to be happy and just for you to experience a true level of peace.
Right.
Yeah. My dad, I remember when I was a kid and I have 7 siblings. I'm closer to my sisters because there's such a huge age gap between my 3 brothers. So me and my sisters are closer in age. So they were gone. My 2 oldest brothers were out of the house, like as young preteens, like in and out of prison, like juvenile detention center and stuff, making bad decisions at an early age. And so that just left my other brother, who's 4 years older than me. So he had his own group of friends and he would always be gone and out. I wouldn't want little brother to go with him. So I'm stuck in the house with my sisters and stuff. So yeah, I would play with them. I knew I wasn't supposed to play with dolls and stuff. So I never did that. But I got in trouble for playing a hand game with my sister. Like, like a little hand game in our room. And my dad heard us playing and he came in the room and, you know what I'm saying? Like took me out of the room. Like, you're not supposed to play that. That's for girls. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what? To the point to where I got in trouble. And the way my dad would punish us sometimes because he worked crazy shifts, he would take naps throughout the day, and making a kid lay down and take a nap when they don't want to lay down and take a nap is like the worst. So he would make me sit in the room with him and lay down, and he'd be taking a nap and I'm just hearing my sisters out there playing and I'm stuck.
I'm dead. He said, you're going to sleep the gay away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not sleep the gay
They be on one.
That stuff does not work. I don't care. Whatever you think you could do the gay away, it does not work. Pray the gay away. I tried that. I tried praying it away for my entire life. Sexing the gay away does not work. A lot of people does not know. Yeah, a lot of people don't know. I said it once before on my live that time. I ended up coming out to the world for whatever reason.
Did it on live?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It was during that winter storm in Dallas. I was just live talking to the people, trying to build my platform and stuff, and not realizing that it was going to get that heavy and emotional. But it's just like, it just kind of flowed. I didn't even realize what I did till it was done. I was like, oh shit, that really just happened. But it was supposed to happen like that. But yeah, the first time I had sex I was 21. I was in college, and the first time I had sex was with a guy. And it made me feel so bad afterwards, because I'm like, you got all of the religion coming at you. You got all of the conviction from all of the stuff that was put in you as a kid, all the way up into adulthood, telling you that that's wrong and you're going to go to hell and it's a sin and all this other stuff. I believe that. Yeah. So after partaking, I felt really bad. You know what I'm saying? So I tried to combat it by going to have sex with as many girls as I could, because I thought I could pretty much fuck the gay away. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I didn't intend on doing it with a lot of girls, but after the first one, I'm like, still gay. So gotta up the dosage. I'm so dead. You can try another one. After that, I'm like, still gay. Like, Lord. And it's like the crazy thing that really messed me up was, the more you try to deprive yourself of it, it intensified. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people just always, like, they will even take this and be like, oh, it's because the sex, y'all just sex crazy. Sex, aside from sex, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how a lot of my gay relationships started in my early, you know what I'm saying, my young sex active life. Yeah. It started with sex. Yeah. And so what made me realize I was really gay was when the first time I actually caught feelings for a guy. Oh, it pissed me off. Bro, it pissed me off on such a level. I was so mad. Because I'm like, oh, you for real gay. Like,
you in it. Damn.
Pissed me all the way off. I was like, okay. Yeah, man, that was tough.
Yeah. I had a different experience. Like, my parents tried to put me in Boy Scouts. Well, first off, they tried to, like, just up the dosage in church. Like, everything, my whole free time was dedicated now to church. So I became an usher. What a chapter that was. I became an usher. They put me in Boy Scouts, even though I was the only one. At this point, I'm almost 18. I was like 17.
Yeah. In Boy Scouts.
Yeah, 17 in Boy Scouts. And the rest of them were like 13, 14. So I'm naturally like set as a leader of the group. I'm like, I don't even want to be here. Little do I know. But I had Boy Scout meetings every other Monday. I had usher meetings every Monday, even though we only ushered every third Sunday. But yeah, that was my extracurricular life. Like, I was not allowed.
So what they think, like, the more they have you busy, unless you'll be out here liking boys?
Yeah, I guess so. But mind you, they surround me with more men.
More boys.
So, I mean, luckily my mind wasn't on sex like that at the time. But if I really wanted to do some shit, I probably could have. Listen, I had niggas from my church, when I finally made a Facebook page, writing me on Facebook, like, what do y'all think y'all are really doing here? Because I can just say I'm going to church. I'd be back if I was really one of the deviant little kids. Listen, I'm not going to go into it.
Please,
I'm not even going to go into it. But I could have. But like I said, I've never been like a very overly sexual kind of person. So yeah, when I did have intimacy with people, it was because I was dating them, I was into them. So
right.
But yeah, no, that what a chapter! Wow, you just took me back.
Listen, thank God for the growth. Cause what?
Well, yeah, that's kind of went off on a tangent with that. But I said all that to say, the whole identity thing and the whole coming to a point where like I have to be strong and be a certain way. It came from me being raised to be strong.
Right.
But then having to isolate and do things by myself and become my own person also took a different kind of strength.
Right.
And I did a lot of that work by myself as well. Not because I didn't have people supporting me, but because I just chose to. I think it was like one birthday, I want to say I was 23. I had planned a trip to Mexico for my birthday. Birthday is the day of Cinco de Mayo, so I was like, this would be great, you know? And I invited my friends, but nobody came. So I was like, well, shit, I'm going to go by myself. And I had such a good time. And that's what started my Michael solo travels. Like, and I've been so many different places by myself now because of that. Because like, I can go places, be by myself, have a good time, and not have to stick to nobody else's agenda, nobody else's attitude or what they want to do. Like, I can just go be me. And now that I know that, you really have to beat, in order to be in my life, like, and to be around me, now you have to compete with my peace of being by myself. Not saying you have to literally compete, but there's a certain peace I have when I'm by myself. Right. So in order for me to accept you and choose to be around you,
you can't disrupt that.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So I realized it mattered to me. And it's unfortunate that and I think this happens for a lot of people, is when you start to feel like you're at rock bottom. That's when you start paying attention to shit. Like, damn, how did I get here? You start reflecting, thinking about kind of like what happened, who contributed to it. Like, not that I'm looking for somebody to blame or anything, but I'm also a person that regularly, like, I do a lot of self-reflection, and I do a lot of just evaluating what works in my life, what's not working. I probably do it every month almost, like, which is sometimes a bit overwhelming because I'd be like, damn, I gotta cut you off. I gotta cut you off for my own sanity. But yeah, no, like, over the past couple of years really is when I started taking it more. And it's crazy because I've been in school for psychology since I graduated high school. That's like, I literally went 2 weeks after graduation to college because I was just ready to be at my mom's house. That bad.
Get it.
Dropped out a few times, of course, and that's why I didn't finish until 2024. But that's neither here nor there. But yeah, it wasn't until I would say maybe 2023 that I started really taking mental health seriously.
Yeah.
And that is more so related to just things that I was going through as far as like transition. I was ready to get out of Dallas, as you know. That's everybody that knew me in Dallas knew I was ready to get the fuck out of there. Yeah. I was supposed to be in San Diego, like all these different things were happening. That. And I just felt stuck. I felt stuck, and I was determined to break out of that, but I felt like I wasn't pouring into the right areas in my life. Yeah. I was spending my time doing things that were not getting me closer to that goal. And when I started doing things to get me closer to that goal, people started switching up on me. And I'm like,
typical.
Yeah. And I'm like, so y'all don't really support.
Necessary.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's when I opened my eyes to shit. So that came with another period of kind of like isolation. There was stuff going on in my relationship at the time. Like, it was just a bunch of different things that happened that year that kind of just rattled me up. And I was forced to start being like, okay, I need to talk to somebody about this, because this is sitting in me and it's fucking with how I function on a day to day.
Right.
And I started therapy like going into 2024 because of that. And once I did, I started feeling not only the weight lifted, but like practical things that I could start doing to affect a different outcome.
I remember baby Michael in therapy.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's still my therapist this day. We don't talk as much. Yeah. Wow. Cause he was licensed here. He actually went to the same school. He's the one that referred me to this school, actually, that I go to.
So everything just be aligned?
Everything just aligned. That's so crazy because, again, I was supposed to be in San Diego.
Yeah, I remember.
So, all the things pointed to it. But, yeah, I would say that year, due to life circumstances, I was forced to take a hard look at, like, what's sitting in me that needs to come out, so that I can fly into what I need to fly into.
For me, it was a fear of losing my mind because I was always a chronic overthinker. I was always an overthinker.
Mm-hmm.
And then as the years progressed, I just started realizing how bad it gotten. You know what I'm saying? Like it was progressively getting worse.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a fear of not wanting to be a certain age and then realizing that I've lost my mind or real close to losing my mind,
mm-hmm.
and then want to try to get a grasp on it. So that kind of drove me to realizing that your health of your mind is actually something that can get worse, and just like any type of health condition. So I was like, you know what? Yeah. And then, man, and one of my other friends, like we were talking about it for a while about going to therapy. And then I remember during the pandemic, he actually pulled the trigger. So I was like, you know what? You can do it. I can do it too. You know? So let me just start looking. And yeah, it was a beautiful journey. And it's so crazy that the journey was like, it's like relationships, like in general, like dating. For real, people used to always ask, like, how'd you find your therapist? How'd you get? I'm like, bruh, I didn't just get her on the first try. Like I went through 3 other ones and it just worked out that I found her. Like, and I didn't even think she was going to be the one that I stuck with because she was white. You know what I'm saying? So before like finding her, I was always wanting somebody to look like me, somebody to be black. And of course, that came with its own biases and stuff when it comes to like sexuality and things. So one of my therapists actually ghosted me after I told her I was gay. We were good up until that session. That session I came out to her. Yeah.
Not the therapist ghosted you.
Ghosted me, bro. I could not get on her books or nothing. Like,
I'm getting all up on her review boards, everything.
I was like, what in the world happened? I still have not heard from this lady. The only thing I could think of, I was like, she better have died from COVID or something. Like,
that is crazy.
But she forced me to find, Emily. Yeah, she forced me to find her because, I remember talking to a friend. I was just like, I can't find him. He was like, why? I'm just like, because all of the black people this, and it's like, well, why do they got to be black? I'm like, because they need to relate to, and he said something that stuck with me. He was like, sometimes it's not their job to relate. They just need to be able to properly diagnose and help you, because at the end of the day, you're the one who's doing the work.
Yeah.
So as long as they're able to guide you, professionally, then I was like, you know what? Okay, let me open up my search criteria.
Yeah.
And so I took the black checkbox off. And then all these other people popped up. So I was like, you know what? I just started going on dates. I set up a lot of different therapy dates. And our first session, she made me walk out. You know what I'm saying? Because she started I was talking and then she started she assessed based on the stuff that I was saying that I like directness. I like not beating around the bush. I like to know, even if it hurts me up front, I like to know the truth. And so she just started throwing that shit out. She said something that pissed me off and I got up and walked out. And midway of me storming out in the hallway,
came back.
Yeah, something just hit me, just like, that's what you need. And I came back and she was sitting there waiting like she knew I was going to come back. I was like, hey, let's go. Let's do it.
That's funny. I never knew Emily was black, but you know what?
She's white.
I mean, that's what I meant. But, she gave it to you real.
Yeah, and every session she was a straight shooter. Like she was I'm just like, damn. And it came to a point where we were actually like friends. I started my therapy sessions being so tense. Every time I would come in there, I would feel like I got to break through this shell to start talking and divulging information. And then it got to a point as we progressed in our relationship where I couldn't fucking wait till Monday came. I'm running through it like, I got to tell you this. And it just flowed so naturally. And it became like our sessions literally became her listening, me just venting, and ended up reflecting myself and figuring it out. And she was just there as a guide and she didn't really have to say much. But
I remember having a similar conversation with one of my friends when I was, not even when I was looking for a therapist, but some I don't remember how we got on the topic or whatever, but I remember him asking me like my preference in a therapist. And I said, oh, black man. Because I had a black man therapist and we were getting along great. He's like, why does he have to be black? Why does he have to be a man? I was like, oh, I said the same thing you said for relatability and things like that. Certain perspectives that I have as a black man, he would be able to understand. And he was like, well, what about showing you a different perspective? Maybe you need that as well. And that's a good therapist will sometimes play a devil's advocate and show you alternate ways to look at things. And once he said that, I was like, that does make sense. So I did date around myself as well. I ended up sticking with my same one only because the other ones that I tried, and now that I'm in school for it, I know what they were doing, but that's not what I needed at the time. Exactly. I need you to just like listen to me. I wanted more accountability for one, like just radical, like tell me what it is. Tell me what you take this as. Give me like break my thought process a little bit. Right. Not just kind of the empathetic listening and nodding and validating my feelings like that. Yeah,
because that's like the textbook. Therapy, client first. You know what I'm saying? Session diagnosis thing. It's like everybody's different, so you got to lean into a more like personal perspective. Yeah, and that's what Emily did, and that's why I was like, I like her because she made me walk the fuck out. Yeah, anybody ever made me walk off or from any type of confrontation but my mom. Yeah. That's the only, like, I can say the same. I can say the same. I love to argue. You're telling me I'm wrong about something? Are you crazy? Like, let's go. Let's debate.
Even said I should have been a lawyer.
I can see that. I can definitely see that. Yeah. I can definitely see that, bro.
But that man, he definitely, like I said, told me some hard truths. Yeah. And like the fact that he brought me to tears, I was like, okay, because it's very hard to make Michael cry. Like I will bottle shit up until I'm by myself.
And then just explode.
But if you can make me cry in the moment, you done struck some shit. So yeah.
That's a keeper.
I remember being in the gym parking lot because I was supposed to be.
Bruh, you had a gym parking lot cross session too?
I don't be on time for shit. And so I could have a therapy session at 4. I'm leaving the gym at it's about 3:20 or 3:40 something. I'm not gonna make it home in time. I'm gonna just sit right here and wait, sweaty and all. Hopped on that phone and he started talking to me. At first I'm just sitting there like, he's not gonna get this out of me today. Like I'm gonna take this home and I'm gonna process it there. No. He started talking about the shifts in my facial expressions and body language, even though you can only see from here up. I'm like, oh, you paying attention? I can't even try to hide this shit anymore. So then it just came out.
Did your therapist ever give you like homework?
Not homework in the sense that like we're gonna follow up on this next session, but give me like things to work on
and reflect on.
And then we might circle back to it if I bring up like the same kind of problem. Like, well, did you do this? So yeah.
Do you remember if that was a specific issue that was recurring in you that y'all had to kind of like nip in the bud?
Well, as far as like the things you gave me homework for?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, it was more so related to my time management. Because at that particular point in my life, it was like I had to be, that was when I was finishing my degrey.
I remember that you was practicing being on time and stuff like that. Yep. That was great for those few months.
Few months is crazy. I got it done though. But yeah, like he was like, you need to get organized. You need to, because your mind is all over the place because you have so much to do and you're not learning what to prioritize and things like that. And I already have self-diagnosed ADHD, which I could probably, if I wanted him to diagnose me.
A diagnosis nonetheless.
Yeah. I know the signs of it. So exactly. But yeah, it was stuff related to just task completion and stuff like that I needed to really get a handle on so that I could finish my degree successfully. And hey, I got Dean's List.
Absolutely.
So, you know.
Absolutely. It works.
Yeah.
And mine was to stop telling myself how I should feel and literally just accept how I am feeling and be okay with how I'm feeling and figure out why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling and then go from there versus, cause I had a bad problem with shutting down my emotions. Like you should feel like this. You shouldn't be feeling like this. And it's like, why? Because at the end of the day, emotions they're our natural responses.
Yeah.
So you can't really control that. And people always like, you can control your emotions and control. They're like, you can't.
You can't.
You can control what emotions you let show and how much you let them come to the surface.
How you express them.
Exactly. But you can't control how you really feel. And we should stop telling ourselves how we should feel and just accept how we feel and know that it's okay to feel how you feel.
Yeah.
Now let's figure out why you feel how you feel. Like, what, and then I could not figure out why would I feel, like why I'm feeling how I feel. And then she was just like, well, what would you have change to not feel how you feel? And then I just like, that's your why. That's why you feel how you feel. If you could change that one thing to not feel like that, then that's your why. You're feeling this reason. You're feeling this way for that reason. I was like, damn, Emily.
Yeah.
Fucking bitch.
Yeah. Also remembering that emotions are temporary. They come, they'll sit with you and they'll pass. I mean, chronic depression and stuff like that, that's obviously different and it's treated differently. But
the more you ignore them, the longer they stay.
Exactly. It's like any health condition. Things that you see bad, you got a toothache. You don't go to the dentist. You sit there and you continue to eat.
It's going to come back with a vengeance.
Yeah. It's going to sit there to where you can't ignore it no more. Now you got to go to the dentist. You got to get a root canal. You got to get an extraction or whatever the case may be.
Now you bald mouth.
Who mouth?
The bald mouth.
What is?
Bald mouth? Like you don't have no teeth in your mouth?
Oh.
Like a bald head.
I should have put those. I've never heard anybody say that though.
The hardest emotion for me to express was always joy and happiness because the things that naturally made me happy and brought me joy, I was taught early that I shouldn't partake in that, or these things are not for boys, or, you know, things like that. So I started to diminish those things in myself. Some kind of way at a young age, I equated anger to masculinity. So it was okay for me to express those. So anytime I was mad or angry or flip off at the lid, like, oh, a man would do that. I don't know how I made that connection. That's going to take but I made that connection. So growing up, I had anger issues. You know what I'm saying? Any little thing I would just snap off. Like it was easy. But I also learned that came from a lot of emotion suppression. Yeah. It came out in the most familiar way. And if you are familiar with anger, because you got the most practice in anger, most of the time your emotions are going to come out in anger, even though they're not anger. That's why it's best to practice all of your emotions so that you come out the way they're supposed to come out.
Exactly. Did you witness a lot of anger, like maybe from your dad or anything while you were? Okay. Yep. I was going to ask that too. I think that's where a lot of, particularly black men, learn that from. Yeah. And it all plays into this whole, like, the societal expectations of us, how we're always angry and murderers and thugs and all this other shit. I'm so glad you said what you just said as far as practicing all your emotions so that people can see us for more than just that. Exactly. Because we do have joy. We express joy when we're around people that bring it out of us. But yeah, I have a emotion wheel that I refer to now. Yeah. It's something that one of my professors gave me in an earlier class I took when I first started this program. Because I had like a mock session with one of my classmates. And I kept there was a certain thing she kept expressing and I couldn't figure out what it was. I couldn't pinpoint it, neither could she. And so my professor gave me an emotion wheel and I would look at it in the mock session and be like, which one of these best represents how you feel? And very, it starts in the center. It's very broad, but as you get to the outer rings of it, it gets very specific and helps you identify your emotions that way. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. I'll have to show it to you one of these days.
I mean, try to find it and give it to the people because, you know, that's a good resource.
Yeah. For me, I would say the hardest emotion to express is fear. Yeah. I think that's because it can show up in so many different ways. Like I've learned recently that fear is behind a lot of things that I do or don't do. Things I may not say because I'm afraid of how it might turn out. Opportunities I don't take because I'm afraid of the rejection. Just different things like instead of just acknowledging like I'm afraid right now, that it will come out as anger because I'm frustrated that now I'm frustrated that I can't express what I'm actually feeling.
Exactly.
And so it's coming out as anger. So I learned similarly to you, like I learned to express myself via anger when it really is so many other things that could be going on under the surface. But yeah, definitely fear. And I pride myself on being pretty courageous. When it comes to like there's not a lot of things I'm afraid of as far as like in the world. Like I'm very adventurous. I'll try pretty much anything, but you know what I mean? When I went hiking that day and you was like talking about the snakes and shit, I'm like, I'm gonna go anyway. So I just went out hiking on the trail today.
Crazy.
But yeah, I'm pretty courageous. There's things that, and it's mainly like fear, like I said, failure, rejection, things like that, things that can lead me to feel other ways.
Right.
I tend to avoid them if I can, but I shouldn't avoid them. I should embrace those because the only way you overcome fear is by facing them.
Exactly.
So,
and it's crazy. Like fear will literally it will rule your life if you let it.
Yeah.
You know, keep you from doing so much stuff for the fear of it not going the way you think it should.
Exactly.
And when you think about it like that, it's so stupid. It's so dumb. Exactly. It's just like, you're going to miss out on all of the good things that come with this opportunity because of your fear of the outcome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, and it's like, what if, you know what I'm saying? Like, for example, a fear of rejection would keep us from stepping out and trying something or doing something. Even when it comes to people like fear of rejection when they want to ask somebody out. You're not going to do it because you're scared?
Yeah.
What's the fucking worst that can happen? They're going to say no?
Right. Right. So
now you think about it like that, it's so stupid. It's just like,
now
what
setting yourself up for the no because you won't even try.
Exactly. And what do you have to believe about yourself for that no to validate who you are as a person, to shut you all the way down?
Yeah.
And when you think about it, it's like, damn, it's no. I'm not doing it. I'm going for everything, like rejection and all. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, it's my life. You know what I'm saying?
What happened? Oh, okay.
Your frame's Nike? Okay, shout out to Nike.
Shout out to Nike. I'm Nike down today.
I see. Joe
shoes, socks, pants. Yeah. I feel like a lot of men already confide in somebody.
Yeah.
Whether it's a close friend, somebody they consider like a brother, a barber.
Right.
And so a lot of us already kind of practice what therapy would be, just not with like somebody that's licensed and can actually really do some change or help you change something. Some people are just listeners, and that's cool too.
Right.
Maybe sometimes that's what you need in therapy, is just a listener.
Yeah.
But ultimately, nobody wants to sit in session or sit in therapy and just be in therapy the rest of their life. That's not ever the goal. The goal is to be treated and eventually to terminate.
Exactly.
That's something that I learned in class as well. Like, graduate. Graduate. That's exactly what it is. So, I would say as far as low stakes, to start moving in that direction, talking to somebody that you trust, and maybe getting their thoughts about it, helping to, and giving your thoughts as well. If you're considering therapy, mentioning it to somebody, breaking that stigma, and helping people realize, like, just because you're wanting therapy doesn't mean that you're going crazy.
Exactly.
The point is to prevent that kind of stuff from happening. But if you're not comfortable really talking to anybody, then journaling, writing it down, just getting it out of your head.
It definitely helps.
Because the longer you hold on to that toxin, the more toxic you become.
And you could throw the page away after you're done. Like, you just got to read it, get it off your head and throw it away. Because you don't want anybody else to actually to see it. You say, you burn. Hey, burn, bro.
I like fire.
We know. And then you could also go to psychologytoday.com, and there's a filter that you can put with your zip code and your insurance provider, and it'll show you everybody in network with your insurance provider that, you know, that's available to you. And you can just go from there. You can just see what's out there. You don't have to commit to anything. You can just see what's available to you, and seeing it actually helps. And then everybody has their bios on there, what they specialize in. And if it's just read through them and, you know, save a few. And one day you may be feeling ballsy, or one day you feeling courageous and want to take that step. Then you email somebody or make a phone call. But to just see what's available to you, it helps a lot. That's how I started.
Also, since you mentioned that cost, I think people assume that therapy is highly expensive. Also,
it's not.
It's really not, especially if you have insurance. It's pretty much like a specialist visit. So it's covered by most insurances. It's becoming even more widely accepted.
Exactly.
So now is an opportune time. And there's a lot of shit going on in the world. And I'm often reminded, like, just I don't watch the news anymore for my own mental health. But I realize by the time I graduate, this period, without going into politics, will be coming to a close. And I think that I'll be getting licensed just around the time that there's going to be like a big explosion in the demand for it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
I'll be there.
Stay tuned. I'm going to be available for appointments.